Good evening all, Martin here from TSI, hope you're doing well. Just wanted to run a little bit of a vid tonight and have a bit of a chat about shining some light on the situation. Anyone that's kind of tactical, into your gear, is probably into torches or flashlights. I can't get my head around calling them flashlights. To me they're torches, doesn't matter if they're weapon mounted or not, they're all torches to me. So I've busted out a few from the collection. This is most of them, there's still one in my wife's car, one in this car. I grabbed them out of my main car. There's still others in camping gear and that kind of stuff. One in kind of a bug out bag, but they're nothing flash. They're just basic torches that don't matter if I lose them, if that makes sense. So I'm going to spin the camera around and then we'll have a bit of a look at what's on the boot of the car here. Please excuse the toolbox. I don't have a nice setting in the background for you. And I do apologise if my head's out of frame, but you guys want to see this stuff, not this thing. So, flashlights, torches. Like everyone, like a lot of people, I've got some torches. I've got banned by the military. We've got Australian Warrior Expo 2018. This was a 101, but thanks to Josh for that. And back to the old Maglite, which really don't exist anymore. So this one I've literally had for years. It was a halogen bulb one that's been converted to LED. It's a 3C cell, and in all honesty, in this day and age, it's absolute junk. The beam on it is not so bad, but it just doesn't cut the mustard compared to most. Sorry, that camera angle really wasn't working for me. Yeah, so the old Maglite just doesn't cut the mustard anymore. You can't get readily available C-cell that are rechargeable. Back in the day, you couldn't get them at all. I do believe you can now. The biggest thing these were used for was smacking people with. In my days of doing a little bit of security work, I did dangle this off the back of my belt. In fact, I carried a 6-cell D-cell back then, which I haven't got anymore. These were the be-all and end-all. They're really not anymore. When a little torch, you know, like that, is probably 5 times more powerful, rechargeable battery, different modes, and obviously a fraction of the size. Another one I've had for a very long time is this Phoenix LD25. Now this is a non-rechargeable. This is a AA battery. It's a decent little unit. This torch has done a lot of work. So just two AA batteries. This thing's so old now, even the rubber grip and everything's all kind of gone shiny and a little bit sticky. But I tell you what, this thing's done some work. I carried this around a hell of a lot. It's got, you know, your low, medium and high modes on the base button here, the gentle to press and then click to lock in. But the negative of this one is it's only about 150 lumen, so it's not very powerful. Doesn't have a very long throw. The reflector's only about that deep, and it smashes batteries. So when I was using this one a fair bit, man, I'd go through AA batteries all the time. And rechargeable AA batteries just don't have the capacity of your normal throwaways. So that Phoenix is a great torch. There is still a lot of people out there that are absolutely Phoenix, you know, be all and end all. They'll only use Phoenix torches. A little bit like surefire torches. Sorry, my camera keeps going out of focus. A little bit like surefire torches. Phoenix used to be phenomenal, absolute benchmark. Then other brands came along that had better runtime, had better power, better heat management. So this one's a little bit old technology. This lives in the center console of my car. The batteries don't drain, being that they're disposable, but I chuck new batteries in it every now and again. But it's always there if I need to do something under the bonnet or change a tire or something silly. Whilst this one was always kind of my backup in a pouch, not used that much torch while I was carrying this one was massively used. Now this one is a lead lenser M7R. It's, again, old tech. Unfortunately, this one's actually dead. It used to be rechargeable on the base here. That charger broke. So I used to have to take the battery out of the caddy and charge it just on a charger up there. But unfortunately, the battery caddy has failed. Now, one of my best friends in the world, Andrew from PSD, Public Safety Defence website, has got a battery caddy for me. Andy, just like me, is a torch slut, and he's got a couple of old M7Rs or P7, which was a different version of it, that has got some donor parts. Now, one of the features of this one is it does have the focusable beam. All well and good, but I've seen a lot of these get damaged at this point here, dropped and damaged, which means it then scrapes and won't, telescope. But bar that, they're a very good torch. Now, lead lenser, a little bit like Phoenix, they just didn't keep up with the times. Their run times were okay, but their powers just weren't. One thing lead lenser did do quite well is heat management. That's one thing I've got to give them. This torch never got crazy hot. But I must say, it's only 400 lumens. But because it does have that focusable beam, it carries quite well, or you can floodlight it by shortening it down. So as you can see, it did a lot of work. The charger lasted a good 3 or 4 years, and I kept using it for many, many years after that. But that one stopped getting used completely, bar as a backup. Unfortunately, that battery caddy has now carked it when this one came along. The Pelican 7600. Now, I got this one, knew nothing about it, never heard of it until I started working at GNA Tactical in Burley. This, without a doubt, was our best-selling torch 100 times over. We had lead lenser, Phoenix, Streamlight, and Pelican torches. Now, this was the dearer end of the Pelican scale. This was the biggest of the Pelican torches we sold. And this one here was the smallest, 2350. This one's fully rechargeable, USB port right there. This one is 944 lumens. So sub 1,000 lumens, but I promise you one thing. This beam is better, more powerful, carries further, and has a superb floodlight, better than torches that claim to be 2,000 lumens, this and that and your other. The other phenomenal thing about this torch is its runtime, way ahead of the benchmark. Most torches, companies, the industry standard is to be able to run max power for around about an hour. This one will run over 3.5 hours on one charge. Now, when I say charge, it's USB rechargeable. You don't have to go changing batteries. Okay, over 3.5 hours. Now, we have actually run one of these for well over 4 hours. So the 3.5 hours stated on the box is actually an understatement. Now, another cool thing about these is you have turned the bezel to where the charger is. You got red and green on board. Now, they're superb for your animal-based operating, whether it be hunting, police or security guards working with dogs, or where you don't want animals to see what you're doing. Absolutely phenomenal torch. Now, the other thing that this one smashes a lot of brands out of the ballpark for is its heat management. This can run 944 lumens. See, it's on in my hand. Constantly, it's still on. And it will not get hot to the point of burning you. Talking of burning you, Olight. I am a huge fan. This is still on, by the way. Huge fan of Olight torches. Honestly, I think they're probably the best bang for buck, power, feature-based units in the world at the moment for their price. This one is an M2R Warrior. A little bit early, sorry, not a little bit early, a little bit more recently, there's the M2R Pro. Now, basically the same unit. The recharger sticks on the bottom via a magnet. There's your button there to also activate the light, or you've got side activation. Press and hold it to change modes. Now this thing, as you can see, it's like daylight, is 1500 lumens. Now, it will run 1500 only for about 2 minutes. The thing gets so hot, it will burn paper. It will burn your couch. Trust me, I know this. By the way, this is still running in my hand on 944 lumens. It is not even hot. Not even hot, okay? I can't, like, I might as well stop running that, right? Not even a mark. Oh, there's a mark where I've been holding it against my hand, but it's not hot. If I do this on 1200 lumens, okay? That's already getting hot. Actually needs a charge. The charging indicator's glowing, see? It's getting hot. Oh, I can't hold it anymore. Ah, see? It actually burns your hand. So this is incredibly powerful. This is my EDC torch. It does live in my pocket. Extremely deep carry clip, as opposed to the Pelican. It's going to stick up an inch out of your pocket. So this thing is truly phenomenal. But, well, it could also light your fire for you. It's a crazy good torch, a phenomenal torch. The Pro, the later version, has actually got a touchpad that just magnets on the base. Mine actually is a screw cap that undoes. Doesn't come with it. I bought that separately. But this one, well, the M2R Pro, is actually my favorite unit. Without a doubt, I love this one. Now, this one here that I mentioned at the start, that was the Australian Warrior Expo OR 18 giveaway. I won this one as a lucky door prize kind of thing. This is made by a brand called PowerTac. Now, they are a Chinese brand, but it's a good little unit. Base button, side button, mode change. It doesn't own anything. I've got a rechargeable battery in it, so it runs just off the charger I've got up on the top here, same as anything else that doesn't have an onboard charger. This one runs the 18650, same as this one. This one's actually proprietary, slightly bigger. But this little, whatever it's called, PowerTac, is a good torch. My son Riley has this on his gel blaster, that one there, this is actually a Phoenix caddy, at games. Now, I'm fine with him using it. Doesn't matter if it gets lost or damaged. It was a freebie, but it is a really good little torch. As far as I'm aware, these are only about 60 bucks online. Look it up. It's a PowerTac E5. Oh, speaking of, I should mention, this one here is somewhere around about the $120, I think they are. May have changed a bit recently. These ones are anywhere between 140 and 170, depending where you buy them. The other one I showed briefly before, the Baby Pelican, the 2350. It's a single AA. Does have a pocket clip as well. It's just a small 150 lumens. It's not a big unit, but that battery has been in there since the day I bought it. I've never changed it. Shit, I really burnt my hand with that bloody O-light. I've got a ring there. Never changed this battery since the day I got it. As you can see, it's been carried and it's been used extensively. You know, the paint's coming off it. Great little unit. Not powerful, but it's not designed to be. It's a backup, and everything you need out of a torch. Now, weapon-based. This is the Olight Valkyrie PL2. People on the other side of the battlefield skirmishing against me know this thing. As far as I'm aware, I was one of the first ones running one in my gel balling. This was put under my 9mm what is it? Smith & Wesson pistol for about 1,000 rounds, torture testing it. There's a little rattle in there somewhere. I'm not sure where it is, but it does it all the time. Goes bloody well. This thing's 1200 lumens. It is not rechargeable. It's got the two CR123 batteries on the inside. There is a new version of it out now that is the Valkyrie PL2 Pro. And underneath it has a base kind of like that under here that is rechargeable. Great option. The charging ability makes this massively improved. Now I'll tell you why. When I take this to games, I also take another set of rechargeable batteries and a set of surefire throwaway batteries. This thing smashes batteries and it gets freaking hot. It's not very big. It doesn't have much material to disperse heat compared to something like this one here, which is thicker and bigger and has more heat management. If I'm running this one and if it's on the front of the blaster, and let's say I end up using it more as a proper torch than just a flash and go, it will get so hot it will actually shut down. It will turn off until it cools. Now, when it shuts down, it sucks the living daylight out of the batteries in it. So pretty much if it gets to the point where I've run it too much and it's gotten too hot, the batteries are gone. They need changing. Hence why I carry the spares or have the spares in my bag. I've never actually had to resort to these guys. They're $7 a pop, throwaways, again from G&A Tactical. Also the CO123s, these are the Olight rechargeables. They all charge in that universal charger up there. You can actually get ones now that are pretty cool. They've actually got a micro USB in the arse of it here, so you can charge it straight in your car without a charger. Just need a cable. But these things are truly phenomenal. I've pissed off so many people with these in the early days, and now lots of people have got them. They're a really great unit. Most people on the gel ball field, as you'd expect, and the skirmish fields, do use cheap torches, which is perfectly fine. Nothing wrong with it. Horses for courses. As I said at the very start, I'm a bit of a torch slut. I do like my stuff. And I have to admit, this one, and this one, I got them all at cost when I was managing G&A Tactical in Burley. I would have to admit, if I didn't get them at such not cheap, but good pricing because I was managing and I got them at wholesale, I wouldn't own them all. I wouldn't be able to justify it, of course. Speaking of cheap Chinese crap, this one, Lumify X9. When you look at this one on eBay, or wherever you want to look at it, it claims banned by the military. 2,000 lumens. This thing doesn't even have batteries in it. It is so shit. It's got a feature like the lead lenser, the telescopic, where you can zoom in and out, 2 times 1,000, whatever it's supposed to be. But it's absolute crap. It takes 3 AAA batteries of all batteries, the worst battery capacity you could get. It uses 3 of them in this thing. And, oh no, 3 AA batteries, sorry. Oh no, AAAs, I was right. It says it in there. You won't get 3 AAs in there. But honestly, this thing is absolute rubbish. If anyone's thinking of going out and buying a Lumify X9, just save your money. Go and buy a Mars bar or something. You'll enjoy it much more than this piece of crap torch. The only reason why I brought it out here to show you is because it's literally on that bench there and a pile of stuff to chuck out. This one here is a Flex Shield. Now, this one back in the day, when I was running this one, and carrying this one, this was another one I used, and you can see I actually dropped it and smashed the lens. It's not a bad little unit if you want to barely be able to light your feet up when you're walking. But again, I carried this one doing security work because I wasn't phased if I lost it or smashed it. It's probably 100 lumens at max. It can run rechargeable batteries, and it does have a 18650. Now, Ultrafire is the supposed brand of this torch. Flex Shield, oh no, that's right, Flex Shield was actually a promotion thing I got, but Ultrafire is the brand. Look them up on eBay. They're a complete rip-off of a Surefire. But it's way below average, but it works. And it's old and it's still running. Now, I mentioned Surefire. How I said about Phoenix at the very start being some of the very, very, very best torches on the market, have been for 10 years and will probably still maintain to be. Surefire torches are without a doubt the best, hardiest torches on the market. They're pretty much the only brand I would say used by militaries worldwide. And not banned by the military, but used by the military. The Surefire X300s and the 450s and the 600s and whatever model numbers you want to use. Weapon lights are truly outstanding. Battery life and as rugged as you can get, but not overly powerful. But that's not always a bad thing. You don't always want 1200 lumens on the front of your gun walking into a room, because if you have to light up, and then take some shots, that smoke that you've just lit up with your light blocks you, smokes you. But back to Surefire. Absolutely phenomenal torches. Now I'm going to wrap up on this note before I knock my camera off the back of the car here. These Pelican units, this one, and the 7100, which was in the middle of the tactical series, they're slightly smaller than this one. Pelican made torches 10 years ago. They were good back then. Then they weren't so good. Like I said, Phoenix and Surefire got left behind in the industry by brands like Olight, Lead Lenser, coming out with some pretty cool stuff as the technology improved. Pelican wanted to make some new torches. They wanted to make the strongest torches they could probably come up with. They wanted to make some of the brightest torches and the best battery life. They managed to poach a handful of engineers from Surefire who developed and came up with those Surefire torches that were truly phenomenal. And that's how they came up with this absolute work of art. It's essentially a Surefire unit made by Pelican, known for their unbreakable cases. This torch is super tough. I can't recommend it enough. So Surefire, probably the best torches in the world. This Pelican 7600, probably one of the very best torches you can buy in the country or in the world right now. The Olight torch is probably some of the most powerful torches you could buy at the moment. Doesn't necessarily mean they're the best because they all have different uses. For me, this one I don't carry daily. It's a bit too big. I've got big hands, and there you go. It's a full size on my hand. The Olight is an inch shorter, sits an inch deeper in my pocket, is probably 2/3 of the weight. It is a little bit weighty in the pocket, but it's perfectly carryable. The little Pelican rolls around in a bag, and some of the others just in glove boxes. Well, I hope you don't mind me rambling on about torches, but I did. And if you can take away any recommendations, it would be the Pelican 7600, the Warrior M2 series, and the Olight Valkyries. I do have another little miniature Olight that I run on my keyring, the IE3, I think it is. It's a bloody brilliant little thing. It's actually in my work shorts. I had it I was using it at work the other day. So that's me. Thank you very much, guys. I hope you're doing well. I'm going to wrap it up now and go and put all these back in their places where they live so I know where they are when I need them. Be good. Sign out. Thank you, guys.